Hey everyone, welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going deep, like really deep, into some of the biggest Minecraft mysteries out there.
The kind of questions that every player has at some point, but the answers are, well, a little tricky to find.
Exactly. And to make things even more interesting, even though Minecraft can seem pretty simple on the surface, right? Like blocks and crafting and all that.
Right.
But there's all this hidden complexity under the hood.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what makes these questions so intriguing.
So let's jump right into it. Let's talk
Yeah.
about Netherite. I mean, who doesn't want to be decked out in the strongest gear in the game?
I know I do.
But how do we actually get our hands on this stuff? What makes Netherite so powerful, and what's the key to finding it?
Okay, so first of all, it's not just about looking cool. There's definitely a bonus. Netherite armor and tools are seriously tough.
Tougher than diamond.
Way tougher. Plus, get this, they actually float in lava.
No way.
Yeah, no more losing your precious gear to those accidental lava dips.
That's amazing.
But to get there, you got to find ancient debris, and that stuff only exists in the Nether.
Yeah, the Nether's pretty intense.
That's one way to put it. It's dangerous, it's unpredictable, but it's also the only place you'll find ancient debris, and that's the key to unlocking Netherite.
Okay, so we know it's in the Nether, but where exactly? I've heard it's deep down, right?
It is, yeah. But most players will spend hours mining through Netherrack, and that's not very efficient. The real trick is using beds.
Beds, like the things we sleep in.
Exactly. It sounds crazy, I know.
Ugh.
But because the Nether is so unstable, beds actually explode when you try to use them there.
Wait, really?
Yep. And that explosion, it has the perfect blast radius to uncover ancient debris without having to mine through all that netherrack.
So I can use my comfy bed as a mining tool in the Nether. That's incredible.
Right. It's a game changer.
Okay, so let's say we've braved the Nether, we've got our ancient debris. What's the next step in the Netherite journey?
All right, so you got to smelt that ancient debris into netherite scrap. Then combine that scrap with gold ingots to make netherite ingots. And finally, you can craft that awesome netherite gear. It's a process.
It sounds like it, but I bet it's super satisfying when you finally have that Netherite sword or armor in your hand.
Wow, for sure. It's totally worth it.
Speaking of satisfying, let's talk about another challenge that I know a lot of players struggle with. Finding strongholds and activating that end portal.
Ah, yeah, that's the ultimate goal, right?
It is, but it can feel like searching for a needle in a haystack.
It can. Strongholds are hidden deep underground, and they're really hard to find.
So how are we supposed to find them?
Eyes of Ender, my friend. They're the key.
I've heard of those, but I gotta be honest, I always just kind of toss them randomly and hope for the best. Is that the right way to do it?
Well, not exactly. You got to understand how they work. They don't point directly to the stronghold, but each throw gives you a general direction.
So you're saying it's more like a hot and cold kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And as you get closer to the stronghold, the Eyes of Ender will start to converge on the same spot. It's pretty cool to see.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, once we're in the stronghold, what should we be looking for?
The end portal, of course. But remember, strongholds are huge, and they often have hidden rooms with awesome loot. So take your time, explore every corner. You never know what you might find.
Solid advice. All right, now on to something I know every Minecraft player obsesses over. Leveling up fast.
Gotta get that XP.
Exactly. What are some of the most efficient ways to do that? Are there any secret strategies that we should know about?
There are a few different approaches. You can mine, you can build mob farms, you can smelt a ton of stuff, and you can trade with villagers.
Okay, all good options.
But if you're looking for the absolute fastest way to level up, nothing beats Enderman farms in the end.
The end. But isn't that incredibly dangerous? It's the final dimension, right?
It is, and that's why building an Enderman farm in the end is a serious challenge.
What makes it so difficult?
Well, you need to have a deep understanding of the game mechanics, especially how Endermans spawn and behave in the end.
Okay, that sounds tricky.
It is, and of course the end is full of dangers, like the Ender Dragon, for example, but if you can pull it off, the XP gains are insane.
So worth the risk if you're up for the challenge.
Exactly.
Speaking of the Ender Dragon, let's talk about that epic boss battle.
Yeah.
You mentioned something earlier about using beds as weapons.
Yeah, it sounds crazy, but it's one of the most effective ways to take down the Ender Dragon.
Seriously, how does that even work?
So, just like in the Nether, beds explode in the end.
Yeah.
And if you place a bed strategically near the Ender Dragon and activate it, boom. Massive explosion, massive damage to the dragon.
Wow, I would have never thought of that.
It's a pretty unique strategy.
Okay, so we've conquered the end, we're drowning in XP, but we need more resources. Let's talk mob farms.
Ah, yes. The key to automating your resource collection in Minecraft.
It sounds amazing, but I have no idea where to even start.
It's all about understanding mob spawning and drops. You can create a simple but effective mob grinder using just a dark room, a spawning platform, and a way to funnel the mobs into a kill zone.
Okay, so the mobs spawn in the dark room, fall into the kill zone,
Yeah.
and then I collect the loot.
Exactly. And you can design it to target specific mobs based on the resources you need. Want a bunch of gunpowder? Make a creeper farm. Need rotten flesh? Build a zombie grinder. It's really flexible.
Like having your own little resource factory. That's amazing. Okay, let's get into something even more advanced. Command blocks. These things are like the ultimate power in Minecraft, right?
You could say that command blocks let you basically program the game itself. It's like writing code, but within Minecraft.
So what kind of things can you do with command blocks?
Oh, just about anything you can imagine. You can teleport players around the world instantly. You can spawn any mob you want. You can control the weather, even the time of day. You can even build complex adventure maps with storylines and challenges using command blocks.
That's incredible. But I gotta be honest, it sounds a little intimidating. Any tips for someone just starting out with command blocks?
The best way to learn is by doing. Start with simple commands like teleportation. There are tons of resources online too. Don't be afraid to experiment.
Great advice. Okay, one last mystery to uncover today. Woodland mansions. These places are legendary, filled with rare loot, but also guarded by some seriously tough mobs.
They are. And just finding a woodland mansion is a challenge in itself. You need to get a woodland explorer map.
Okay, where do we get one of those?
You have to trade with a cartographer villager.
Interesting. So there's a social element to this quest as well.
Exactly. But once you have the map and you finally found the mansion, be prepared for a fight.
Right, because those vindicators and evokers are not messing around.
Nope. Vindicators will attack you with axes, and evokers have these crazy ranged attacks and can even summon vexes, which are these annoying flying mobs.
So a bit of advice for anyone brave enough to take on a woodland mansion.
Make sure you have strong armor and enchanted weapons. Maybe even some potions for good measure. You're gonna need them.
Great advice. Wow, that was quite a deep dive. We covered so much ground today. I feel like a Minecraft master now.
Me too. It's amazing how much there is to learn about this game, even after all these years.
And we've only scratched the surface. There's still so much to explore in the world of Minecraft.
Absolutely.
And we'll be back to uncover more mysteries in the future. But for now, thanks for joining us on the deep dive. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to tell us in the comments what other Minecraft topics you want us to explore next. Until then, happy crafting.
See you next time.